Okay. Today, I'm going to be going over every story character in the game and throwing a deck together for each one of them. I'm going to be doing this with online's restrictions in mind. So abilities that won't work online, I'm not going to be building with. Stuff like Ability Trap or the splash targeting from Madness. I'll just ignore all of those. I'm using my plus disc to build, but I'm using a neutral version of it. So my deck builder is going to remain the same, but my cards have the online balance changes applied. For example, Akiko's Walk here is a 3-cost card rather than the 1-cost card it was in vanilla. So I will be keeping the current balances in mind and the online capabilities. But the reason I'm putting this together is because all 24 story characters are now playable online on SchtDev server. So I have a starting base for each character right now. All I've done is name it the correct character, and everyone is filled with a very basic set of defense cards. 2 dodges, 2 averts, 2 guards, 2 TP defenses, and 2 companions. Just as a super basic level solo play starting point. I might change these around depending on whichever character I'm messing with, and for a few different reasons. But this is just a base level for everyone to use some of. And I can probably just start at the top and go down. We'll go with our girl Silver, and let me just swap over to this fancy screen. So on the left, I now have the working ability list for the online server. If I'm not sure if something is functional or not, I'm just going to refer to this. I'm pretty sure I have a decent idea of what was functional or not. So I'm just going to go, and if I question myself at all, I'll refer to the chart. So Silver. We're starting with our girl that has 3 attack power and nothing else to write home about. Her game plan in almost all of her decks is to just use the fact that she is strong and get some damage in. She's also your starting character when you first boot up the game. So I'm going to build her a style of deck that the computer decks tend to use. I'm going to go with a dagger deck. Or, I guess more specifically, a limited action... Not limited action. What was the wording? Let me just find the dagger section real fast. Attack AC unable. Now that's not actually an ability, but is it in this list? I guess not. I was hoping to just find a shortcut and just see all the all the weapons that have this. Reason being is most of the weapons with attack AC unable have double strike, which is fantastic for Silver to just use her 3 attack in multiple ways. And because of that, we won't be using any offensive attack cards. We will stick purely to defense cards, assists, and equipment. This also means that mags are going to be especially good, since double strike is a focus too. So we'll go daggers and blade dance are the cheapest options for double strike. Daggers have nothing special. Blade dance have a lot of HP and even extra attack power, but they have steady damage. So this is a higher risk card if it stays alive, but she is also going to be doing fantastic damage with it equipped. Sylpher is somewhat of a fast-leaning character, so she doesn't exactly mind the steady damage. Crossguard is another one that has steady damage. It's more expensive, but it's even more powerful. Yeah, we're scrimming. Yeah, thanks for that prime set. You know I appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna throw in some crossguards because they look cool and they go very well against TP defenses, which is some of the cards that we threw in. I'll explain my defense card choices once we get down there. For now, we have 8 daggers. I probably don't want any of the others. Let's see. Twin Chakram has Double Strike and Action Disruptor. Action Disruptor doesn't work on the server, I'm nearly positive. Let's see here. Action Disruptor, yeah, no functionality. So I'm not even going to consider it. Red Dagger has Filial, which is not the worst. Does it work? It does work. So, normally when a hunter has their weapon broken, they will take 1 damage. Filial heals the equipping character 1 damage on destruction, so it just kind of cancels that out. So the character who loses the red dagger will not take the normal 1 damage punishment for losing an item, which could balance out Blade Dance, but it also just like doesn't have any attack power. We could put 1 on just for flavor. I'm not going to go as high as Penarm's Blade and Lavis Blades because she's going to want to equip mags and possibly some shields in addition to this. And Barrel's Hands had defense cost 1 disable, which shouldn't work at all. Let's see. Yeah, none of the cost disablers function, so we're not going to consider Barrel's Hands either. There's attack AC unable on Dark Flow, but she's not going to be rolling that high. Let's see. If I pop by anything that has AC unable, I will consider it. Like this Photon Claw actually has a AC unable because Heavy Pierce is here. An attack against the item will instead directly damage its equipper if the story character has 3 or more items equipped. This is definitely a description I've reworded in the Plus disc. It also specifies items, so it makes me think that doesn't work against guard creatures. I might have to confirm that later. Just because I'm not sure. We'll throw 1 Photon Claw in case this deck fights another... yeah. Another hunter. She could appreciate the opportunity to pierce. Not going to use Inferno Bazooka, even though that was also AC unable. She's going to be doing enough damage that she can ignore that. Guards. She wants attack bonus items, so Shift Emerge would be a good option. We're immediately going to put 3 regular mags in, because they are the best attack buffing equipment you could have. Ravanas are great, especially against the AI. AI loves to target them and get ruined by their weak hit block. So nothing wrong with Ravanas. I'll put in 2... No, we're getting a little high already. I'm gonna have 1 Shift Emerge, 2 Ravanas, and 3 mags in this. And that should be enough. Sato has 2 attack power. I didn't even remember that. I don't claim to be an amazing user here, an amazing deck builder. Most of my experience is early game and stuff that is rarer. I haven't had that much experience playing with. But I should be describing the basics well enough. So I have 3 more slots, and we're going to go take a look at assist cards for them. Because Silpher would very much appreciate a few of them. I'm going to throw in an exchange. It allows her to equip a bunch of items, play exchange, and then use her defense dice to continue her turn for movements and attack actions. So as long as she can like swap into 3 extra points, she can use her to move and throw an attack out, that kind of thing. We will also go with Saber Dance could be fantastic. Muscular could be even better, because this is permanent. Gives everything on the field 1 extra AP. I'll go for a split of both. Even if the deck you're building doesn't have an exact need for assist cards, you should consider putting some in just to replace other players' assist cards. Because other players might, like if you're facing this deck, and then this Silpher deck plays that Saber Dance, if you could get rid of it and replace it with an effect of your own, absolutely do that. Just so you don't get double strick for an extra 4 damage when you don't have to. So Silpher's pretty set. Her deck contains just the standard defense cards. I chose not to change them at all. A bunch of daggers, a photon claw for the odd pierce, bunch of mags, shift emerge, and a few assist cards to help her out. All she's going to do is double strike her way through to victory. I'm actually going to change one thing, and that is I'm going to remove the muscular and give her a fly. Fly is something that she can use to jump over monsters that are going to be in her way, and she's going to have she has no other functional way to like clear out a crowd with no action cards. She can't do any wide-ranging hits, so that can at least let her jump over something in a bad time. Let's go on to Kronz. Kronz has limited range, has fixed range, meaning he can use action cards while not losing the range on the weapon he was attacking with. So he's going to want wider range weapons to use. He can also gain extra experience when he kills things from his experience bonus, which does mean that he gets to, I believe he gets a dice bonus 1 kill earlier than everyone, if he's done at least one other experience and gaining ability so far. But he pairs really well with Justy, since its inherit will also hurry up his experience. We're going to give him a full set of 3 Justies. Let's see. Other things that he is going to want. Mech guns are really good on Kronz because of limited action. He has the he gets to use action cards that would normally only be targeting one thing, like heavy attack or beat, and apply it to a larger range. Normally I wouldn't ever have the opportunity to use a Yasminkov, but I think we will today. It has a bunch of half guards just for if he's going up against other hunters. We'll put one of those in. We're going to go for a 3-5 split with his equipment. What that means is the equipment that I'm putting in the deck is going to have 5 cost or 3 cost mainly. I'm not going to use any 4 costs. The reason being is you can only equip 8 total action point cost of equipment on your character. And if you have the opportunity to load up, you're going to want to do it efficiently. If I put on a 4 cost, I cannot play a 5 cost in my hand. It's functionally impossible. So that's going to just move on. 5 cost and 3 cost is one of the 2 common splits. The other common split would be like a 4-2 split. If you have a bunch of 4 costs and a bunch of 2 costs in your deck, those will also mesh well into the 8 cost limit. And 6 costs would fit well into there too, since you're using more 2 costs. And it's really hard to fit in like a 7 cost. Almost no deck actually wants to do that. Yeah, even though they are super powerful, it does only give you 1 attack at a time too. So we're going to stick to the 5-3 split. We'll give him a Bronze Launcher. It's a fantastic card. We'll give him 2 Bronze Launchers. Burning Visit has Machine Slayer and High Cost Half Guard. It's a decent late game item, and it is also multi. So yeah, we'll go with a Burning Visit, 2 Bronze Launchers, and the Yasmikov. And he has a decent set of 5 costs. So let's fill the rest out with 3s. LNKs are good standbys. Give him 2 of those for now. Let's see. Oh, that really is all the guns. Probably a Final Impact. Final Impact have Snatch. That can be okay. I want to make sure I'm saving room for attack actions as well. I think I'll leave him out of 2 costs. Because he also has lower attack power than Sulfur, he doesn't want to spend a lot of effort on things that are too much weaker than his options. Oh boy. Yeah, we have 11 guns in here. That'll be good enough. So down to attack actions. Yeah, we're gonna skip over shields. We're gonna skip over. Yeah, throw it a Divinity Barrier. Skip over mags. And a lot of his power is going to come from just having attack power. We'll give him a heavy attack. He can have a spirit boost. I would give him a Mighty Knuckle, but it doesn't function well online. Does Unit Blow work online? What do I have down for Focused Assault? Unit Blow is an absolutely fantastic card, but he's not going to be able to do much with it anyway. Because he can't have that many attacks going at once to use all 3. What was it again? Focused. Focus is all I have as not working entirely. Okay. Yeah, so we will ignore that. We'll go with a gun attack. Just 1. On a huge turn, he can combo into a very large shot. We'll give him a shield attack. It's a good linker, and it has 2 attack power to pass through. And for the option of Rampage, since he doesn't have... he's only going to have the 5-3 split, we'll give him a punch. So he can attack a spammer. We'll give him one more attack card and then give him 2 assists. We'll go with a second Spirit Boost wouldn't be bad. I really don't want to give him a Berserk. Okay. Yeah, I think I can also replace... I'm going to chuck one of his TP defense and give him a Gun Guard. Because he does have the option to gain experience, he might reasonably get up to 4 dice for defense. And I think one of the experience, one of the cards I'll give him is to help him play these. I think I'll give him a Dice Fear. That way he can guarantee at least play everything he's got in his hand. And after that, Fly would be another good one for him, but since he does have additional range, we might go for... Oh, what's up, Smog Champ? Thank you for the host. Oh, no, sorry. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. That appeared right above the words host card on the stream screen, so I thought you had thrown a host in there too. Appreciate you though, very much. So yeah, rather than Fly, we're gonna give him a Stamina. If he does have his big stuff equipped, he can at least get into his optimal range for it. Alright, 2 down, 20 to go. We're talking through everyone today. Analyst is a dainty little Fomarl who has a fancy ability called Tech. Tech lets her spend less action points on tech action cards. So actually, let's give her a suite of tech actions first. Let's go down to the basics. We'll give her 2 Foys, a Barda, and 2 Zons. And for more expensive spells, she's not going to have a lot of power behind it, but Gazande is still really good. For the amazing range it has, as well as heavy rampage to combat other decks with small equipped items. So 6 techs, yeah, she can use a little more. We'll give her a Gibarda for the easy access to freeze, and we'll throw a Razande in there as well for now. We might take it out. Let's move back up to items. And go down to the tech section. First off, let's give her some Vayus to give her some extra firing power when she does get off her techs. I don't know if I want to give her more. She could use a Rati. Haven't used a Rati on too many people. It gives her aerial status, the same as how Fly was good for our girl Silpher. It's just a free fly for the person equipping Rati. And Rookman and Bioma are great on other forces. I wouldn't say they're great on her, because they're super late game. Being that she has tech, she doesn't want to try and stretch out a match that long. So I'll give her 1 copy of Rati, and she can keep the 3 Vayus. And as for weapons... as long as we don't give her any 5 costs, I can throw in any combination of 1 to 4. Because 5 is when it gets bad to own 4 costs. If you just put in a bunch of 1 through 4 costs, they can mix and match together in a good pattern. I think I'm going to give her a Stormwand Indra for the possibility of high TP roll and random TP. And then some good standard options, like wands, fire scepters, an ice staff. Sigh of a God could be okay as another 4-cost option. Yeah, Plantain Fan deals with experience, and she doesn't really care. She just wants to try and end it a little earlier than that. Yeah, and Mahu and Galwind are both slower side items as well. Twinkle Star is complicated, so we'll. And Tech also does not stack, even offline, with her own tech. So I don't know why one of her decks, one of her NPC decks, actually uses that. TV Power and Major Rampage on this Brave Hammer. I think she wants this Plantain Leaf, because AP Silence is really good. Let's give her some of that. I'll go back down and take out some of the other options too. And Brave Hammer was more physical, so I'll pass on that. And Alive Aku could work. I don't think TP Power would work 100% online. I'm pretty sure it just can't count mags right now. Oh yeah, it does not count mags. So I think we're going to pass on Analyst having that, because we know it won't give her a bonus point. Okay, yeah, we'll go back down and remove a Fire Scepter and a Wand, leaving her with 8 weapons. Yeah, that'll do. I think I'm going to ignore Fire Scepter entirely. No, I want 2 4-costs. Let's chuck the Ice Staff and put in 1 assist card. Now, what would she want the most for an assist card? She is trying to be fast, so a damage stacking one probably would not be the best. What could get her to win quicker? She might want a Rich. Having more options helps her equip and cast techs in the same turn. Having her, if she doesn't find a tech, she's actually kind of in trouble, so I think that's a good option. What's up, DFZ? We're deck building. Super early in the process. Just kind of rolling through all the characters. So Kaleriya. Kaleriya is the ranger version of Silpher. She has 3 attack power. That's it. That's all she's got. So we can basically treat her like Silpher. She doesn't need too many special conditions. So any set of items that she can wear will be fine. We'll give her some partisans for some slash range. I think I like Slicer of Assassin on her because minor death would trigger afterwards. You love this game and you haven't seen anyone stream it? Well, I am the one guy. I am the guy that streams this. You can check my backlog of videos for all sorts of gameplay for this. I speedrun it. And I'm involved with the SchtDev private server in helping to get it enabled on there as well. This is a pretty good time to get back in. We're kind of starting to get people involved again. Let's see. Yeah, she works pretty well with slicers. Pretty well with handguns because her range is not fixed. She can alter it to slash ranges and such. And Yasminkov 2H is also super good with her because that's a guaranteed 4 damage. Thanks for the follow too, DFZ. Yeah, spread me around. This game is criminally underappreciated. Yeah, let's focus on some Yasminkovs. Let's give her 2 of those. And I am going to use some attack actions in this deck, so we'll keep the rest somewhat low cost and also throw in some like round slays and stuff. Let's go with two suppressed guns, 2 Bravuses. Actually, am I going to be able to use HP change? Probably not. Actually, she can use handguns. Handguns are super decent because they're 1 cost options for her to shoot her nice attack power through. Handgun mill is not bad either. Drain should function. And combo should do nothing. But I could consider using it, even just for the drain. Yeah, drain is just functional. And yeah, combo would count golds, but for 1, nobody's going to be using gold, and 2, that shouldn't be working online yet. Walls was nice, but it was another HP changer. Vizca had paralysis. And mech guns were generally great. Major rampage on red mech guns. Yeah, she can focus on the 4 cost slot being her highest. I think I'll have 1 Yasminkov. We'll go for a rocket punch because that high cost slayer would be maddeningly good with her strength. Okay, let's go back up here. Meteor Smash, just so we have an option of shot range. And we can do regular shots. Keep it more in the 2 to 4 cost line. Yeah, rather than... Okay, it's too bad. I really like suppressed gun on her. I think I'll do 1 suppressed gun for the option. What do we have? We have 3 swords. I think that's 2 partisans and a Disco of Brave. Yeah, I'll put in a Slicer of Assassin, and we'll move on to attack actions. I'm gonna turn my fan on. So, without fixed range, she would love a round slay. She would love a chaotic attack. It's not a range she has access to normally. She would love a heavy slash. Let's see. I'm not going to give her a gun attack. We are going to give her a right heavy punch. If she ever gets the opportunity to use it, it has a flat rampage and it has great range, so it's good against arcs or story characters, or hunters, I mean. Yeah. We'll go ahead and throw in a cross sleigh and slash to round it out. And stab is good too. I don't know what assist cards I want on her. Let's go look there first. Okay, I don't need a phone call right now. Just go ahead and mute that. Mute. Okay. She's another faster kill that we've just organized. We're going to give her one of the more professional level cards, I think. Shuffle Group. The team you're playing this on shuffles their hand into their... Oh, wait, this doesn't work online, does it? I was about to say we were going to be a little professional, but I'm not sure if this works. Shuffle. It says it works. We can give it a shot. According to the people I know that played back when this game was on its online officially on the Sega servers, Shuffle Group or Shuffle All were almost universally used to try and get the opponent away, to try and remove the opponent's defense cards before they had a chance to use them. If they draw a handful of items, then they can't block what you're throwing at them. Yeah, so we'll throw in one of those, and I think we'll also use the movement one, stamina, for her, since she is also stuck with 3 move like Kronz is. Okay, Viviana. Viviana is mostly a late game character. This is not the type of deck that I'm used to building. I'm used to just going for a fast kill, especially for the speedrun. What's up, Hisdreki? Yeah, we got some stamina. She really wants a long game plan. Her ability is like bonus TP rise. I believe for every dice bonus you have, she gets an extra 1.3 or 1.5 TP. Everything's rounded down in this game, so first dice bonus your team gets would be an extra 1 point of TP, and then an extra 2 for the next one. I'm pretty sure that's how that mathed out. Finishing up some work over there. Yeah, I'm just talking about the story characters over here. I'm getting ready for something I'm doing tomorrow. I'm doing another dev stream with Kayak. He's also going to be building some decks with me tomorrow, but we'll see how me and him differ in our styles. I know he loves to use like Rookmin on Viviana. So, anything that helps with her EXP gain is a fantastic thing for her to equip. Being that I don't play her very much, though, I'm not sure which of these deal with it. Alright, Brave Hammer does have EXP Decoy, so that's good later, but not good early. Build-A-Bear's Cane could be decent early. Oh, Austin's going to be by tonight? Is he going to show up in time to go to Keyforge? I'd be pretty interested if he's going to. Man, what deals with experience? I'm literally just going through reading all these cards because I'm not sure what actually helps her. Here, I'll just go down and I'll take his word. All right, Rookman has interest. Is that like spelled wrong? Interest. Before each turn, gain 3 EXP as long as this card is alive. Yeah, if you can keep the Rookman protected, it gives her extra bits. He won't be by till 10, unfortunate. I guess he won't get to join for that then. Yeah, Rookman is definitely worth it. And Bima is the other side with EXP decoying. So after you have a large experience pool, Bima can just keep itself alive by draining your experience and permanently providing her with good stats. So I'll have 1 Bima for endgame and 2 Rookmen as a goal to slap on earlier. Chow Plus has a minor experience boost, but I don't know if it's worth putting on. Because it doesn't do anything else, it's just taking up 2 points to give you 1 experience point a turn. We'll see. I might come back to it and add it on. What else deals with experience? There's EXP decoy on linked custom barrier. What's up, Hawkseye? We are looking at Viviana right now. What new games did you pick up? I actually picked up a few too. I wasn't sure what I was going to bring down. I honestly picked up a copy of Flamme Rouge because it was half off. And those board game guys always rave about how good it is. Timed EXP sacrifice. Increase your experience by 9. Huh. Well, this is a double S rank card that not many people would have access to, but I think I'll throw one in anyway. Because if this gets protected, it's even better than Rookman. I won't go with more, though. Let's throw in 1 regular Hildebeer's can for early game. What else does she actually want, though? You have Near and Far, We're Doomed, Midara, and Dice Throne. I've only heard of 2 of those. Should be a good time then. You get to see some new stuff. Yeah, it's weird. I really don't know what wands she would actually want to use. She is kind of screaming for a 5-3 split with those mags. So I suppose I'll just throw in some decent 3 costs. Except for this plus game that's a 4, but we'll ignore that. Give her an Alive Aku because it's good at surviving. Give her a Fatsia. Maybe she'll trigger a mobile and then run away. Caduceus is always a decent rod option. And Ice Staff is good at surviving. Mahu is a nice long game plan too. We'll give that to her. Yeah, you should definitely come down for Keyforge. I am going to be there. I'm gonna make it happen. Got new set to play with. All right, let's go down to Tex. Being that she is a late game goal, she's gonna have more denser Tex. More high-cost Tex. Kazande is always fantastic. She can actually use a Rafoy when it comes down to it. Still want one of each basic for her. We'll use Razande as well. We'll take a Gifoy and... yeah, she can keep 7 techs. Actually, I might want to... I'm going to go up another tech. Down... I'm going to go down on an equipment. And make sure she has an assistant. I think she just wants a flat dice +1. It's good for her. She is dealing in expensive goods. Alright, moving on to Typhus. And this is taking longer than I really expected. Even with my pre-prepared defense cards. Oh, speaking of defense cards. Since I just brought it up to myself. Viviana, dealing with experience, does want some changes. There are... Decline is a super good EXP decoy on a defense card. So she can spend her well-earned experience on keeping something alive kind of no matter what. And Bequeath will give Inherit to something that is about to die anyway. So she can jump herself up in experience by using that. I think 2 of each should be a good option. And to make room for it, we'll cut a TP defense. I think we'll cut both TP defense. One dodge, 1 guard. We'll actually go down to 1 avert. Because if she's going to get to the late game, then that means the opponent is going to have the chance as well. Go down to 1 companion, so I can keep another guard. She wants to be well protected, not exactly breaking both sides super early. Alright, now we're going to be on the Typhus. Typhus' gimmick is that he gets stronger with an enemy bonus. The more enemies that are on the field, the better he is. The stronger his AP is. It's not really an ability you can build around that well. It's just kind of a catch-up ability. Like, ideally, if the opponent has no cards on the field, you're winning anyway. So I'm just gonna build him a standard hunter deck. I can use a Zanba, considering it's hunter only, male hunter only. Big swing, heavy item, minor death. Yeah, that seems like a good weapon to come back from being surrounded. give him a... Bonus AP Rise. Bonus AP Rise works just like Viviana's ability, but for AP, not TP. So good for a long game, but I'm not sure if this deck cares about going a long game or not. I think he could take it as an option, but not as a plan. Give him a red saber. Outside of Zonba, he's going to be using action cards. I'm not going to give him any daggers. Give him a set of partisans. Give him an Imperial pick. Why not? Red Partisan's weird. He can have 2 actual swords. How much did Flow and Shield cost? Was Flow and Shield a 5? Oh, actually, I know. Since he is a... we'll make him a 4-cost deck, but we'll give him Del Saber's Busters. Yeah, the Tech OK barely matters for that. It's kind of thematic because of AP Speed Up. He wants to be killing a bunch of field characters. I'll chuck away that Victor X. Yeah, we'll keep the 2-cost spread though. 2 costs are generally great and easy to equip. No 2 cost to that. Have some mech guns, why not? Okay, Del Saber Shield. So this is a 12 HP defender with Link Inherit. So when this is destroyed, and he also has a Del Saber's Saber equipped, he can gain that 12 HP as experience. Just a whole level. Just a whole experience level. So that is not a bad plan at all. Yeah, so we have him with 13 items, 3 4-cost shields, 3 4-cost Del Saber's Busters, I think a Zonba for fun. It was two Del Saber's Busters. Yeah, that should be fine. I think I'll keep everything else 2-cost, and then I'll use a Berserk or 2. So if I put the shield on, I can get rid of the weapon I'm carrying, so he can complete the combo. The only reason I'm using a Link combo here is Typhus abilities don't exactly lean him toward a particular build. I'm just kind of choosing a different style, a different flavor of deck, since he doesn't call for anything specifically. So I'm just showing off another design. So we'll use 2 Berserks just to clear out if he does manage to put the shield on. The shield works really well with half defense. So I'm going to make a defense card change right now. I'm going to put in 2 of these. And when the defense card, or this blocks half of the amount of HP the defending item has. So if the shield is equipped and isn't damaged yet, this is +6 on a 2-cost defense card that can block text or physical. So it's just a fantastic option. To make room for it, I'll dump a guard and a TP defense. and I'll keep the rest. Going back to actions. While I would love to put like Virus or something into this deck, these cards don't work very well online. They kind of have like an extra target in them and like do extra damage to the story character for no reason. So I'm going to avoid them just because they're not like well functioning. Let's see. HP attack could be okay. Not fantastic though. We'll go with a right heavy punch. A normal punch, because the more rampage options, the better for someone who's only going to be swinging one thing around. We'll go with a cross sleigh and a round sleigh. And to finish off, we'll give him, we'll actually give him a legacy maybe. This gets rid of all the equipment you have on, and gives you half of the points back. So that you might play other things right afterwards. I could, or I could give him, like, land price. Does land price work? Let me check value rise. It does function. So this makes it so setting cards costs 50% more while this is on the field, and this is only a good option after he gets the Del Savers combo out, but it makes the opponent replenishing cards cost more. So it's a decent option. Alright, on to Romatos. This man is complicated. Romatos wants to use his... He has 3 attack points to start. Whenever he attacks, he swaps his attack, his AP, and his TP. So his 3 AP is going to move into 3 TP, and he'll have 0 AP. So he wants to alternate between tech and physical attacks. Or at least be able to use his TP, even if it's over there, when he doesn't have attack. So we're going to give him some tech actions, we're going to give him like a TP attack. Pretty sure it works. And we're going to give him cards that will benefit either mode. So, like, this guy is actually going to be a good user of Brave Hammer, because TP power will trigger, as well as he'll just have his points and attack power, and a major rampage can be really strong. So we'll give him 2 of those. We'll give him Fatia will trigger TP power. Plantain Leaf will trigger TP power. One of each of those will be fine. Oh, actually, AP Silence doesn't work. Hope I didn't put a Plantain Leaf in someone else's deck. AP Silence does not function online. Give him a... A Twinkle Star is interesting because it also has AT Swap Fern. So he, as well as his weapon, can be swapping around. If it lines up, he could have the strong numbers aligned well and be throwing off huge numbers. A Gal Wind is actually really good with him too. It's a super solid equipment. I think I'll give him a Gal Wind and go with a 5-3 split. We'll ignore 4s. Thanks for the follow, Pablo. Hope you're enjoying me talking about random PSO cards. I think I'm going to give him an Evil Cursed. Because Major Death will work. Even if he has no attack power, if he can guarantee a kill on something that's huge, he can still use a large amount of TP to cast decks afterwards. Windmill Plus, pretty good. Has light item, so it should increase his movement range. We'll let him play with that. He can also make use of the middle of the road mags, where other characters kind of wouldn't. So Soniti is actually decent on him, since he could be physical or he could be using TP at any given point. Savitri would be okay, but Action Disruptor doesn't work online. Death Companion works though, so Kapu Kapu could be pretty scary. We'll give him one. And we'll give him a Soniti as well. I want to give him more items to be attacking with. We'll finish off with a set of Branch of Paku Pakus. Even if the Cane TP count doesn't do much, he'll have the option of swapping his stats before the attack he actually intended to need them on. And since there's some 1 costs, I don't feel too bad about throwing in some 2 costs. So Plain Rod with its TP power can be a decent middle-of-the-road option. Alright, so he's got a lot of equipment now. I think I'll take away Fatsia and go down and give him a bunch of attacks now. I'm not going to give him attack actions, just normal AP actions, because him just using his normal attack and using his AP while it's at 3 is pretty much good enough. He's more in your face, so we'll give him raw attacks as well as some basics. And Giftway. Giftway would be pretty good with him. We'll go 2 Giftways, a Barda, 2 Zondes. As well as Raw Zonde, Raw Barda, and an assist card. Nah, boy. We'll ignore assist cards for him. Realmatos is so hard to get working right. He really doesn't want much else. I think I'll do what I did for one of the other decks, and I'll fit in a Rich. Just to let him draw more and replace someone else's assist card. Because that's always a good idea. If someone else is benefiting from an assist card, just replace it. What do I want to remove? Probably an item. If I put in 2 mags, I think I'll want to remove one of them. Oh, I'm down here. I thought I went to equipment. No, I did only put in 1 Soniti. What do I want to remove? Maybe the Brave Hammer? I was kind of liking it, though. Yeah, we'll go down on one Brave Hammer. Alright, Orland. Orland has sword AP count. He counts as many swords as are on his team, and he gets a bonus AP equal to half of that number. So he wants everything that's cheap. He just wants to spam the field. So we're going to give him a cost ascending sort in items. And he's going to take these items. Anything that's a sword that's cheap. So he's going to have 3 Brionax, 3 Chameleon Scythes. I'm going to go down. Is Flower Bouquet a Saber type? It is. I believe this was a... This was probably an E-rank card, so I'm only going to give him 1 copy of it to be fully legit to a base copy version of the game. Coming down here, we will give him swords. We will give him a dagger because he can't. He's gonna have so many things equipped. He's not gonna care if 1 or 2 of them can't use actions. We'll give him a partisan. We have 13 items. We can go higher than that. We can go for more. We'll give him a Blade Dance, which is scary since he already has steady damage equipped. And Toy Hammer with its random AP, just for funsies. Okay, we're gonna give him some actions. Let's go down to the defense actions first and change a handful of them. His stuff is a lot more expendable than others. So he doesn't actually care that much about keeping his stuff alive if he can take something else out with it. We'll keep his companion trigger there. We'll up his companion count to 3 and give him a revenge. When something dies with revenge, it's a 50-50 shot of taking out the attacker as well. And how else can I use his defense cards? Counter Plus would be good, but I don't really want to use super rare stuff that people probably won't have. We're going to use some punch cards, because him getting rampaged is really painful. We're going to go for a full 3 punch cards. I'm pretty sure punch guard does not work right now, but I think it's on the docket to get fixed next. I apparently have it partially working. Not really sure how I did that, but I'm pretty sure that's getting fixed soon, so I'll put it in the deck. I will lower my defense count elsewhere. Even it out again. We'll give him a few attack actions. Just some quick and easy stuff. Some stab, some slash. We'll give him 1 stab, 1 slash, and go to assists. We're going to give him an exchange because he can work really well with it. And we'll give him a muscular. Actually, Saber Dance is even better than muscular for him. Since he's going to have so many swords equipped, they may as well all get +2. And they're expendable anyway. Muscular is really good when things aren't that expendable. Okay. I think I'm going to finish out the 4 Hunter decks right now, and then probably step away for a small break. Hit the bathroom and whatnot. It's already taken me an hour, and I've only done 1/3 of the decks. Man, who are we even on? I was just talking. Guy Killed. I hate this guy. Guy Killed has a huge positive in Elude. So he doesn't lose HP when his stuff gets destroyed, unlike all the other Hunter story characters. His downsides, though, or he has Big Swing. Big Swing makes him spend an extra attack point every time he attacks with anything. So, while Elude might make you think he's good for spamming a bunch of stuff out because he doesn't care if it dies, he is hard to actually use that spam set with because he would have to spend an extra attack point for each piece. So the way I like to build him instead is I'll give him cheap defense items. So he can use 3 barriers, 3 mags. Because they're cheap. If he gets rampaged, kind of oh well. He won't get destroyed by it. But his weapons I want to be higher cost, more valuable, because he doesn't get as many attacks. Standstill Shield Plus is one of those super rare things that he would appreciate because of Equipper Haste. I'm gonna avoid it just because it's not something that this deck can rely on otherwise. I think I may have put an SS card in the other deck, but I think it was just like a fun thing. Not like this would be super duper good if you have it. If you've lucked into it. I would advocate playing my plus version of the game where you just get anything in any level. Otherwise, something like Standstill Shield Plus you wouldn't run into until character level like 70 to 100. Something super duper late game. Yeah, Elude is a very unique ability. It's very unique to him. While there is another character locked away on the disc with it, it's not someone that's fair by any measure. Give him a Divinity Barrier just to frustrate people. Alright, he's got some defense. We'll give him some 5 and 3 costs, I think. Eh, 3 cost doesn't matter, does it? Not if I use Divinity Barrier. Yeah, barriers and mags are 1 costs, so they'll fit into anything. I'll just throw in some random high costs otherwise. Maybe he would only put 1 of on anyway. We'll go for like a 5/6 1/2 split build, which is not something I would recommend normally. I'm just off the wall because I don't even like Guy Killed. I'm just gonna let him do whatever. Let's give this man an Iron Faust. Oh my god, it has heavy item too. This is gonna be terrible. We'll give him Iron Faust. We're not gonna give him Panzer Faust. Spread Needle is also heavy. Bronze Launcher is just solid. What else did the cut character have? It was actually the Fomarl Alicia. And instead of a negative, she also had Tech. So she had Elude and Tech, and was like +4 HP. She was just amazing. Like, I'll make a boss fight out of that someday. Yeah, at least the way that she was would not be okay in the final game. For for other equips, we're going to give him 3 regular rifles. I'm going to give him some Varistas with as many barriers and HP, barriers and mags and rifles and Varistas. HP change could actually be good. And then, yeah, we'll throw in a few random high costs. We'll do an Iron Faust, a Baron's Launcher. Nug is just funny, but I'm not gonna use that on him. Huh. Oh, Panzerfaust does have Rampage. I did see the big swing and just kind of recoiled in terror. But maybe I'll do this and just have double big swing. He can't fire this without spending 3 points, but whatever. It's got Rampage. Just let it happen. We'll give him some extremely minor attack actions. You can have a slash and a stab, and a cross-slay. You can't really afford much else on him. For defense actions, as with Orland, he doesn't care as much about keeping his stuff alive. But he shouldn't have as much of a problem using, like, companions. We'll keep the cheaper stuff, and we'll give him this will be fine, right? This will be okay. And as for his assist card, I don't really have an opinion. He's kind of just hard to use. Maybe an assist list. Does assist band work? Does work. Yeah, we'll just make sure no one else has fun, since he's not having fun to begin with. Salagun. Salagun is another character that doesn't really need to use certain things. Her impactful ability is low-cost half guard. When she is attacked directly by a low-cost card, she takes half damage, which just means that she can kind of play loose and not have to worry about all of her stuff getting broken. Because even whenever low-cost attacks get through, she just has a safeguard. As far as what deck that deserves to get built, I don't know. How much attack power does she have? Let me just figure that out. I think it's 2. Yeah, it's 2. Anti-abnormality, low-cost half guard. So, let's see. Let's see. I might use Birdish with her just because I didn't get to with the other cast. It also has Waste, So maybe this is a deck that doesn't care about experience at all. Yeah, we'll build it around that, just because it fits her class. We'll go with a 5-3 split of Viaha and British. And use other things that just don't care about experience. We're just gonna go in. Musashi's a decent one. It's pretty good at guaranteeing a kill. I'm gonna give her some base mech guns. And we'll give her some mags. She can fit those in. As for attacks, she already has basic slash range on her weapons. So I'll give her 2 stabs and, let's say, a heavy slash. We'll give her a right heavy punch and a penetrate. And we'll give her 2 assist cards. Give her a fly as well. She can fly over low costs and not care about them as much. Symbol is supposed to give everything fixed range, but I don't know if that works. It's unfortunate that it has the exact same name as fixed range. It has the exact same name as the working fixed ranges, so I'm not sure if it works on this one. I think I'll put it in as a test for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be playing a selection of these decks against Kayak, as he makes some decks as well. So, we'll have some cards to test along the way. Stella. Stella's a weird one. She only has 1 attack power, but she does have fixed range, as with Kron's. But she has 4 movement, so she can whip around the battlefield doing stuff. Well, it's the same fixed range, but it doesn't function like the other fixed range because it's on an assist, so I have no guarantee that this is going to work. It's supposed to... it's called fixed range, but really it gives fixed range to everything on the field. So I'm not 100% sure if this is going to work online. Offline, I'm sure it works just as it reads, but because I'm building for online, I'll check tomorrow if that works or not. But as for Stella, she already has fixed range. So for her, because her AP is so low, I like to give her stuff that can do guaranteed damage, or stuff that will just have a guaranteed effect. So I'm going to give her a Kiko's Walk for enemy AH swap perm, since I know that works. I would want to give her fixed damage. I'll find the name of that in a second. I'm going to give her some Slicers of Assassin. Where is it? Where is something that has this? Oh, the beams, yeah. Yeah, fixed damage is the name. So I used to love using Mazer Beam and Photon Mazer, or Power Mazer, on her. But currently I can't because they're not functioning properly. I'm gonna change them out for something else for now, until we get that figured out. I'll use a Flame Visit as a bigger thing to use AH Swap Perm on. Statuses work, so I wouldn't mind using like a Meteor Smash for Acid or whatever. Actually, I could do a Freeze Frozen Death build. I could give her a little extra synergy in there. How many things have Freeze? I can use this list. Freeze. Let's scroll to the right. There's a lot of things. Okay. Crimson Assassin, Delta, Frozen Shooter, Givarda, Guilty Light, Hilda Blue, Hilda Blue's Cane, Justice, Dagon, Cudgel, Smash Plus, Robarda, Richie, Snow Queen, Yamato, Zolgiven. So, let's see. Snow Queen is out of the question because it's a 5 cost. Wherever it is. Let's find it. Yeah, Snow Queen's a 5 cost, so we'll pass on that. Frozen Shooter already does no damage, and she already does no damage, so I guess there's no real harm if I use it on her. Frozen Target... Oh, Frozen Target might not work. And Freeze. Roll 4 or higher after a successful physical attack to freeze the opponent 3 turns. So it's kind of like a 50-50 shot at freezing. And it has a 30% shot of freezing itself. Frozen Target does not work, but it should be really easy to program. So I'll put it in, and I'll ask Kayak about adding it to the ability scripts later today. Well, tomorrow, probably. I'll probably talk to him later, though. What time is it? I have somewhere to be later today, so I may cut this short a little early and just finish up with Arc side characters tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah, we'll build a Frozen Shooter deck. What else has Frozen Death? Red Mech Gun, Shock Blow, Stag Cutler. Huh. Okay. So maybe that's something I should build for Krons later on. But for now, we'll mess with her. And we can... It's 5 or higher on a Justice, and... How about Guilty Light? 6 or higher on a Guilty Light. I'm gonna pass on G-Light. I think I might use Nug. It's a 5 cost. Yeah, maybe I'm passing on this Frozen ability idea. Maybe I am. I'm gonna check if card back works. Still bugs being fixed. Well, I guess we can find out. As long as it doesn't return story characters to the hand again, because I got to see that one day, back when it was kind of working. As long as it doesn't do that, it should be okay. We'll toss a Nug in. We'll have Meteor Smashes for Acid. Smash Plus has 3 different rolls for 3 different statuses. We'll put one of them in as one of the funny options. Put in 2 Justice. We already Frozen Shooter. We'll put in 1 Justice, 2 Frozen Shooter. The other thing, a Visk. Visk. I'm basically just building a deck to annoy people. This deck isn't going to do much other than play some dice plus 1s and roll some statuses. We got 2 cost Visk, 3 cost Frozen Shooter. We'll drop that down to 1, just because that's probably just a bad card. We'll put in 1 random deck gun, just for some gotcha. A Justice, 2 Meteor Smash, a Meteor Smash plus, 2 Frozen Visits, because we know they're okay. I think I'll chuck the Akiko's Walk I put in earlier. Yeah, I'm gonna need some space for some other stuff. Let's go to assists. I want to put 3 dice plus 1 in this deck, just to guarantee the extra chances at for statuses. Experience is another way to get that to happen, but I'll pass. Let's go put in some attack actions, because we could use some range alterers like Slash, and I'll put in a single Frozen Death action wherever that is. Shock Blow, just to maybe get a kill on something. It also adds 1 AP, so it's not the absolute worst. I don't have enough paralysis to bother using Bind Kill. Oh, this card isn't supposed to roll. Weird. I think it rolled last time I tried to use it online. She could appreciate the guaranteed damage of an attack 6, but it's an expensive card, so I'll only put 1 in. And I guess lastly a stab. This isn't feeling like a great deck, but we're just gonna mess around with her online. Alright, let's finish up with Blue Star, and then I'm gonna take a small little break before I come back and do arcs. Blue Star is the TP version of has 3 in a stat. He has 3 TP and no other abilities. So he can just be built to throw out really strong techs. Ancient Saber is a card that I like to use on him. It has Weak Spot, but it also has Snatch. So when he does connect strong on a story character, he'll get to steal some experience, do some other things. He doesn't have any AP, but I like to pick stuff that can at least connect for some decent damage physically if it has to. Like Durandal having SC Slayer. We'll do another 5-3 split, and we'll give him some Disco of Brave Man. I really like that on him. Especially with like having 1 strong attack and then 1 decent physical attack. Like the Disco is already in, has some range to it. And is tech okay, so it can be either part of that equation. Double Saber, same reason. It can do some decent physical damage or be a tech. a tech user. I don't use Morning Glory a lot. We can put that in there. Maybe not. The enemy bonus on it is really bad. Probably need some natural... See, here's more like it, actually. This has enemy bonus and is tech okay. But it's only a 3-drop, so I'm not wasting as much on it. I love having Bravus. Like a lot of the options I'm putting in here have weak spot, but he's good at taking out big threats. Just from the stats on him. Okay, what do we have? We have 9. So I think I'll round this out with a Caduceus. It also has TP power, so he's gaining a little bit more physical option with it too. A Galwind, and then we'll just go straight for Tex. Yeah, that should do. We'll go 2 Foy, 2 Zonde, and a Barda, a Gibarda, a Rafoy, and a Gazonde. And as for an assist card, maybe exchange? The downside to exchanges is that you can only play it on yourself. You can't get rid of something that someone else played on themselves. But for him, I think it works. He already has decent movement, doesn't have to think too hard about that. And he can throw out a decent tech after playing an equipment that way. Alright, so all the hunters are done. I think I'm going to walk away for a second, and I will be back in a moment. So, for the arcs, I'm going to go about them slightly differently. Rather than going in order, I'm going to go by, like, importance. Because only a handful of the arcs actually really matter about how you build them. A lot of them just alter their own, like, how you use that unit on the field, rather than how you build the entire deck. Because they don't equip their creatures, they just play on the field. And then their effect, like, they're just there. Their story character is just an optional unit separate from the cards you're playing. So, let's say, the ones that really matter first are going to be Rise and Endu, because they want to be on the front lines using their Rampage or their Pierce. Let's start with Endu. He is a good unit. He is a 3 AP slash range guy. And Rampages. Nothing wrong with that at all. Because of the nature of him wanting to be up and rampaging, he's going to want some good attack action cards in his deck. Same for Rise. They want to be swinging hard. So for both of them, I'm going to give them stabs, spirit boosts, assaults, which you wouldn't see much of otherwise. Assault adds 5 AP minus... What's up?
I don't know you're still streaming.
Yeah, so I was taking a small little break. I'm moving on to the arcs now. I was already on the hunters.
Okay, fine.
Laid it. Assault is going to be 5 damage minus the number of field characters the user has on the field. So if there's nothing else on the field, which is usually a bad situation, you can add a straight 5 damage. So it makes it kind of a nice catch-up card. We'll use a heavy attack, we'll use a heavy slash. And there's some good options. As for the creatures, usually when you build a Arcs deck, you want to pick a creature type and focus into that. You also want to decide if you're going to be using techniques or not. Endu, I think, has a TP, but I'm not going to build this deck as a TP using deck. So we'll opt out of techs, and we're going to choose probably native. In my opinion, like you could build Tech OK in any field, but the machine decks are really good at tech, and A-Beast decks are also pretty decent at tech. Maybe we'll go dark instead. And we'll go native. We'll make this a simple beat 'em up. Alright, 3 Boomas. Go Boomas have major rampage and can kind of help and do his job. So we'll put one of them in. Sorry, Giga Booma, you're not great. We'll pass on you. Guard creatures are super good on Endu, so we will use some Barbles. And he's got native AP count, which is nice. Ragrappy doesn't matter a ton, but we might still toss him in. Just fill out some extra attacks. Especially if you build against NPCs specifically, having bait options will steal their defense cards before they have a chance to use them against your attacks that are actually going to matter. So he's super rare, but we'll also throw a Gigway in this deck, because he's a guard creature that is really annoying. He has equal damager, so whatever they attack with is also going to go down. I'll only put one in because it's a 6-drop. It doesn't really mesh with the rest of what I'm doing. But let's see. Gildelt has more natural rampage. Kaleriya plus is weird. Mothvist apparently has HP assist. I think we were testing. We were testing the other version. HP assist. AP assist. Claims it works. But I think we only knew about highs. So maybe I'll put in a Mothfist. Just to test. That might even apply to Endu himself. If it works weirdly enough. And that's apparently going to summon Mothverts. Summon probably doesn't work, though. Let's check summon. Claims it doesn't. It might have been found by our friends, Kayak and SchtDev by now. So I can ask them later. If group still works, I may just still use it. Group. Says it works. Yeah, we'll try Mothverts and Mothfists. It can be a decent test. We'll remove the Rappies. We'll keep 2 Barbles. Chuck the Go Booma. Continue using regular Boomas. And the deck is pretty much full and done. Maybe we'll pass on the Hildebears. Normally I'd use them, but we're using these 3 costs. Gigway is kind of already in the way. It's not really a 5 cost I'd like to use here. Guess we could use a Hildelt, but eh. Ulgibbon has an ally bonus. Yeah, it's only half the number though. He's better for tech decks. Kind of a lot of the big dudes are. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm feeling about it. Saint Rappy has Inherit and Death Companion. Both of those are relatively usable. And he would also enjoy the same action cards that I put in there for Endu. Yeah, let's use them. Let's use a Santa Rappy. And as for assists, let's try Fix. See if fixed AP works. Oh, it does not. Never mind, we're not going to use Fix. I was going to make it so that regular field characters would only come through with 2 damage. I thought Kayak even asked me about that one earlier, but maybe not. We'll toss in a Forest Rain. Oh, they're cheaper than the Blade ones. I could see 2 Forest Rain, but he's already so full, and Endu wants to be the one attacking. We're also going to go into the defense actions and take out the TP defenses. TP defense also kind of works as like a jank punch guard, because if someone's attacking you and rampaging, it can help against the entire attack. That's why they were in the base defense packages I gave everyone. I think I'm going to move those over to Native Guard, which can perfectly guard all of my native creatures. And I'll probably have a similar policy for every other deck that is strictly going to be one type of creature or not. So that was Endu. Pierce is going to have or Rise is going to have a similar philosophy about her Pierce. She's going to love guard creatures. We're not going to make hers a theme deck. Hers is going to be purely her own game plan of trying to pierce real hard. So we'll give her Dubchiches, which are some of the best card creatures. As long as you keep them alive, they can full heal back to 5. We had just seen AP assist, and I was confused if it works or not. I would test it on her too, but it's only a test, so I'll pass. Govolmer would be a good idea for AP Silence. But AP Silence doesn't work online, so I'll pass on that. We'll use Panarms as the next best guard creature to keep her out of harm's way. Don't really want Barbles. Cannabins are decent, if only just to try and use Death Companion. I don't think I care that much. I would like that for the Suicide, but Unfilial is a little hard. I could use a Bull Claw, just for an extra chance at piercing. think I'll throw a bronze in there. Nah, it's a 6-drop. That'd be a rough 6-drop to try and fit in here. Oh, Nano Dragon Plus is one of the ones that have native Pierce as well, but AP Silence doesn't work. I will pass. Paralysis works, so maybe Maria wouldn't be that bad. Yeah, let's throw in some Maria as her basic attacker. What's up, Kaiten? Yeah, I'm doing something slow today. We are building decks for every single story character in here for use online. Tomorrow I'm going to do another development stream with Kayak and talk about what's new, what's good. All the characters now function online. They did not used to. So this is like kind of a big development for online, just because everyone works. Everyone will function. Yeah, progress has been made. Oh, AP Assist is on Cinered as well. We'll use 2 Cinered. I think we'll go down to a single Pan Arms because 4 doesn't fit well here. Yeah, we'll go 0 even. I'm trying for a 3-5 split now. But on a Dark Dulra. Would be a little scary. Ilgil would be even scarier, actually. We can use the same attack actions. Alright, so the actions, we just want damage. We'll go heavy attack, stabs, 2 assaults. None of these. I could see the case for a shield attack, though. And I'm not going to put, like, all 3 in here, but I will put a knockout, because knockout works really well with Rise. Now that status attacks work, Hold is a super good status and it prevents the opponent from moving or doing any actions. Well, sounds like you have a nice little vacation there, Kaiten. It feels good to just not do anything for a few days. I miss that feeling. I've been super busy myself lately. And even when I do get free time right now, I'm jumping right back into PSO because there's stuff I need to cover. Things I need to do. So we didn't go for a theme deck. So we're not going to go for like a Forest Rain. Not gonna do, and I once again I would try Fix, but it's set to not working, so I'm just not gonna trust it. What do I care about? Maybe some Rich, because I would like to cover up opposing assist cards and in exchange for some nice aggression. Might return to Dragon Mark for Death. I've given it like a little bit of thought, but I haven't really chosen to go back. The content that they had added still, like, it didn't fix what I cared about in the game, so I'm not too excited to bother grinding for the same things I didn't get previously. Oh, they added item shortcuts? That I didn't hear. That's a pretty good change. Alright, who's gonna be next? If we went more into the aggressive characters, Rufina's one that I definitely know about. She doesn't have Rampage or Pierce like the other two, but she doubles action attack values when used on herself. So she is really good on the front line, but she doesn't have to be there because she does have slicer range. So she can take some heavy attacks, some slashes, some stabs. She doesn't want the crazy ones like Assault that does math, because it can't copy that. And a single heavy slash. That should be good. It's already a lot. We're not going to do a tech deck here either. But we will make it a theme. We'll give her Dark, I guess. Let's get some Dominions in here. Made some frisbee golf and working. Sounds like some good days. You're going to use an Indie Kaleriya because that's exciting. This guy, Indie Kaleriya Plus, is hilarious. This has a huge range with fixed range and no attack power. I'll put one in just because why not? Once again, it's not a focus card. It's just going to be there. Put an A-Law Dominion for a clutch HP haver. You can use attack action cards to add damage. And the fixed range ability it has means that it doesn't lose that attack range when you use that action. So like you could use an attack action called Slash to give yourself slash range. Like the range posted on this Ilgil card is slash range. So if an Ilgil used slash, his attack range would just still be the same anyway. But if you used a slash card on Morphos, you would lose the three forward. You wouldn't have the rifle range that is. This guy just has an enormous coverage, but he can use any attack action in it. So he doesn't care what he's hitting. So there's a bunch of creatures, there's a bunch of actions. Let's go down to the assists and toss in a Ruined Darkness for an extra dark field buff. Yeah, he's definitely a weird one that can snipe from across the room. And because we're focusing dark, we'll also go and get some dark guards. I think I'm gonna tag these names so I know which ones I altered. Yeah, that is exactly who he is. The Bellras are the ones that launch hands at you. The range makes sense then. Yeah, he's and he's the ultimate version, like an altered ultimate version, so He's got the fast hands. Yeah, Rise is not a focus, so I'll leave her as is. Who else really matters? Mamoru... Okay, so to go through everyone's abilities. Break has stats. Break has good stats. He has no abilities. Laura has fixed range, and it's shot range. Casey has fixed range, and it's rifle range, and he also has EXP bonus like Kron's. Mamoru has Tech Snatch. It just has regular, like a weirdly... Yeah, Mamoru's also got some sass, but that doesn't help her in the heat of battle. So, in the specific scenario of her landing a tech attack on an opponent, a story character opponent, she can steal 1/3 of that damage as experience. Very not impactful. Rio has Revenge, so she's geared toward a late game deck. Pico has Tech, so he is geared toward a low cost deck or a fast deck. Pies has AP assist. When he's close to his creatures, he's giving them an extra attack power. So I guess I might do him next. Krenu has bad stats, but she has HP assist, so she heals all the creatures she's using by 1 every turn. So she's just the farthest away possible. And Ogon has Impact Half Guard, so whenever he would take 6 or more damage at once, he takes half of that damage. But he also has Bazooka range, so he needs to be further back because he can't hit directly in front of him. This is really just like a divide between characters that want to be front, characters that want to be in the back, and characters that don't really care. And that's kind of the only divisions between what creatures they want to play as well. Like Pico, I'll do Pico next. Pico wants to be a faster deck. Well, it's less that she has a sucky ability, and more that he just doesn't care. Smogchamp with the 3 Picos. Like, she has 4 TP, so she is already a good tech attacker. Her ability is more just like a bonus, because all the Arcs people are just units on the battlefield. As long as they don't die, you haven't lost yet. So Pico wants to use Tex. We can give him the glory of the Canadyne deck. How about that? We can give him these buddies. 3 Cananes to do good tech attacks, 2 Canoons for even better tech attacks and machine AP count. Cannabins because they're weird to get rid of with their Death Companion. And 3 Canadynes to round it out. Yeah. He's about to have all sorts of friends. Yeah, we're just gonna have a shit ton of Canadynes. We're gonna toss in 2 Berserks for those cheap guys to just try and get good damage. And go in with some techs. Zondes, Foys, Gibarda, Gizondes. Not gonna care about Gifoy and Rafoy, but Gibarda and Gizonde are great options. Code 747. I can't guarantee. If I had to guess, that would be a like Fallout reference or something. I think I'm gonna take out 1 Berserk. Actually, no, I'll just lower his defense action count. He doesn't care that much. Oh, yeah. Oh, was that the Star Tropics thing? You had to look up in the manual, or else you couldn't beat the game. Okay, I knew I heard it somewhere, but I wouldn't have connected it to Star Tropics. To be fair, I wouldn't have had that guess. All right, we're going to. You're gonna have a revenge. You're gonna have 2 machine guards. And I'll put a mind brightness in here, but it doesn't matter to me that much, because this is a tech deck. When you were referencing Rob, I thought you were just referencing like actual like Nintendo Rob, not like Star Tropics host Rob. And then I didn't get it, and then you continue to reference it, and I understand now. Yeah, I mean, it was the Nintendo Rob, but, like, I didn't connect it to anything else. I don't have enough space to fully spell out machine. People were complaining about the Star Tropics that came out on the Switch on their Nintendo app because it didn't have any way to access that code, and you wouldn't know if you were just playing the game. Like, the manual isn't included in the download or anything, so they kind of messed that up. Look at Pico. His fast deck is built. Who else is gonna be fast? Let's go ahead and just get Break out of the way, in the style that I make my like speedrun native decks on. We're gonna go for our beefy boy Hildebears, and we're gonna make a Tech OK deck. Ole Gibbons and Hildebears. Here we go. Al Rappies. Go Boomas. I mean, they would be good, but they are 3 costs. They don't really fit here. Hildebears are on your douchebag list. Well, Ragracky Plus is a weird one. I'm not gonna use him. Drops are always drops, man. The GameCube servers on SchtDev are doing a cool event for PSO. Starting tomorrow as well. They are combining like the like best of drops from all the section IDs into a single quest, and that quest is going to change once a week for like 5 weeks or something. Not for that particular quest. Your ID is not going to matter. Which sounds cool to me. Sounds like a fun little time, at least. I honestly love the ID system. Because, yeah, it does encourage multiplayer, and it encourages, like, actually trading with other people. And not, like, according to some chart, like, hey, I got this. You want it? like back on the only like official ways to get god battles, which are very, very important units to increase your attack speed. They only dropped on Redria. So you either had to have a Redria or know a Redria to get the best attack speed in the game, kind of thing. Yeah, if anyone goes to start PSO GC and they only want to play one character, I always recommend them, hey, just play Redria. Because by the time you hit Ultimate, you can hunt that and be more comfortable. What was I doing? Native stuff. And we can mix, we're throwing HP attack in the mix here. This is going to be a Tech OK deck, so we're going to slap a Raw Foy, some regular Foys, a Zonde, a Gizonde, a Gabarda, and a few regular actions. We'll actually throw a right heavy punch in this too, I think. No, we already have expensive decks. We'll do cheaper, normal attacks. Some stabs. And I'm going to use both of my assist slots on native. 2 forced rains, please. And let me just sub in some native guards. And that's well and done. It barely doesn't fit. The PSO naming system is so weird because it's not by character, it's by like physical length of the name. It's so weird. I'm just gonna call it NA Tech. Oh no, I can't. Just NA. Alright. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. And we've done a normal native deck, a Tech OK native deck, a neutral deck, a no Tech dark deck, and a Tech OK machine deck. Nat type. Alright, so we're gonna need and there's so many characters that just like don't care about having techs in their deck. I don't even really know how to build like how I would build Ogun because he's just not a character I've ever tried to use before. And I'm trying not to repeat ideas alongside these decks as well. I guess we'll go Rio to see how we want to treat her revenge. Here, let's read her revenge real fast as well. Let's see, she has a solid spread of stats. She can use whatever. She has Met Gun range. She has fixed range. And she has revenge. During an attack, this card temporarily gains AP equal to 1/3 of the number of ally field characters destroyed since this card was first set. Because it's on a story character, that revenge will constantly be there. She's not going to lose it unless she plays Requiem, I believe. Let me go look at assist cards, because I'm not familiar with like the death counter interacting assist cards. pretty sure Kayak said they got them working as well. Gain EXP equals to 2 times the number of characters that were destroyed when this card is set. When this card happens, the number of dead characters becomes 0. Yeah, like, she can build around suiciding and then, like, cash it in for a bunch of experience, I guess. It's not the worst. I'll use it. I'll use 2 of those. Let me just confirm that they work. Yeah, this is going to be some sacrificing going on here. It does say it works. It is posted as working. And we'll throw a ransom out there for EXP decoy as well. So there's my assists already decided. So who are going to be the best sacrifices? I think I want to try some bulks in this deck. I think they work. Suicide and Unfilial. Suicide has a small chance of killing the opponent as it kills you, I believe. Yeah, this card self-destructs. Yeah, black is the color of Magic that would be most inclined to do that. And they're still pretty good at it. So, okay, Suicide does work, but Dice plus 1s and Fears will fuck with it. Worth trying. Full on 3 bulk, 3 claw, let's go, spam time. Spam Central. I would use Madness, but since it doesn't really work, I'm just going to load up 3 Berserks. And hey, if I do get a dice bonus, I'll cash it in for this Delbiter. I don't know what we're doing right now. We're just making some crazy decisions. Oh my god, we can put Legacy in here too. This is turning into a jank deck. I didn't really mean for this to be a jank deck. I even told Kayak I wasn't going to make any jank decks for this. But does attack dice boost work? I'm getting too excited about weird things. Oh, this song is great. It's a good deck building theme. It just keeps on going and like doesn't annoy you. Says it works. Alright. We can check it out. We can see if it actually wants to work or not. Yeah, we're gonna do some risky plays here. Oh, this is a steady damage of 2, isn't it? Oh god. That could be terrible. Let's just make this like a weird deck that like ramps into 7 drops. I don't know what we're doing, man. People shouldn't reasonably be playing 7 drops, but here we go. Alright, yeah, I'm making some weird decisions. We have 4 7-drops and and 9 cheap dark units to throw out there. And I'm gonna go to my assists actually. And we're gonna put in 3 copies of Legacy so I can kill off my junk. I'll actually go down to 1 Requiem just because. Things will die, but this is going to be much less about experience now. And as for my actions, let's just go straight to 3 Berserks for more ways to get rid of these creatures. I'm gonna need to apologize to Kayak when we get to this deck, and I told him let's not make jank. I gotta tell him I got bored halfway through, and I made some jank. Let me confirm that Legacy works, actually. Here, I'll do it by the order. I suppose that would be an important piece if it does or doesn't work. It says it works. Could be stupid. We'll figure it out. Okay, so we got 6 decks left to make, and I already devolved into making some jank. Let's... What types haven't I made yet? Let's go by that. We already have 2 native decks. We have a physical dark deck. We don't have a tech dark deck. So let's make that Memoros. Memoro, it's time to tech. And look, I'm gonna give her the honor of using grants as well. It has Pierce on it. I should give Pico a Megan. Need to make it cheaper. She can use a Rafoy because, like, she wants these piercers because she might trigger her snatch ability off of them. So she can have a Rafoy and a Grants. And then some simples, some Foys, Zondes, and Gizonde. And as for the creatures... Alright, later, Kaitan. We'll go... There's a lot of options. Oh, we could give Del Depth some more value if we put some ice techs in as well. I might want to do that. Grand Sorcerer has full TP. Does full TP assist work? That's a good question. So it works. He also has tech. Arthar and 1 Grand Sorcerer as a high end. How's it going, King? We are doing a bunch of deck building. 1 for each character in preparation for tomorrow. Alright, we're gonna go for some Dominions, some Arlands. Finally found time. Well, thanks for dropping by. It's kind of a slow day here today, but get to talk about some episode 3. I'm just kind of rambling to myself as I move pretty fast through this stuff, so feel free to ask me questions about the game, and I'll absolutely answer them. I'm putting these decks together kind of as examples as how you can build each character. Right now we are on Memorial. Oh, you were Daniel on there. Okay. I actually thought you were watching the whole time then. Since we were just talking right before I said I was about to go on, I thought you were there. But okay. Yeah, even after I finish this up, I'll just upload the whole thing onto YouTube too, so you can roll through it there, or you can watch us tomorrow as we talk about the decks together with Kayak. Yeah, I think I wanna try Deldep's Frozen Death stuff. His ability trap isn't gonna work, but he's going to still be pretty useful. I'm gonna ignore the Arlands, use the Dominions. Well, Arlands are still pretty good. Oh, it's no problem. It wasn't an issue that you weren't watching. I just kind of assumed you were. Yeah, let's go into the actions and change the text around a little bit. These Deldeps may appreciate some Gibarda and Rabarda action. Go for a little bit of Ruined Darkness. I'll put one rich in here. Probably dice plus 1. We have a 6 cost. We have a 6 cost and we have a really high cost text. We'll give her a little bump there. And we'll, as before, change the TP guards into dark guards. Okay, so we have a physical and a tech dark deck, a physical and a tech native deck, a tech machine deck, and no AB stacks yet. So I think Highs has earned the prize of being a physical AB deck. Downside is the Volmer isn't going to work. Upside, Volmer's fine. Let's go with some Nano Dragons. Some Volmers. Some Ghoul Sharks. They are solid creatures. And it's too bad those combos don't work. At least they shouldn't. I suppose I can check. Okay, well, actually it says it does work. Oh, but the Hiddiums increase TP, and I don't really want to have text in this deck. That's fine. Throw our Pan Arms in. Have some Pal Sharks, why not? Actually, let's not make highs the AB deck. Thinking about what works, let's make him the machine physical deck. That way he can up the attack power of Gilchiches with their limited action. And High Cost Slayer. Dubchiches will have a machine AP count that works better. Canadines will be able to trigger their EXP bonus better. Dubchiches are still good guard creatures. Cannabins, sure. Double strike creatures. I wonder if Sinnoh B Plus works right. I'll put one of them in. I'm gonna go with 2 Sinnoh Blues. I actually need to cut down on the rest of this to fit in all these good creatures. Even though he's a 5-drop, I'm going to put 1 Sinnoh in because he's exciting. And I have enough like double striking things that can't use action cards to begin with that I don't think I'm even going to put many in. Yeah, we'll make this an action unable deck. I'll actually use recons. Does this leader work? Leader does say that it works. I'll put in a single Rico box. Single Cannabin. Bunch of recons, Gilchiches, Dubchiches, Sinnoh Beats, Sinnoh Blue, Sinnoh Zoa, B+. Yeah, it seems like a decent mix. Let's use 2 of these assist slots on Mind Brightness. And 1 on a Muscular. Then we'll slap on some machine guards. Still doesn't work. I'm just gonna put mech. I'll let the Tech OK decks just be like the abbreviation. Hey, Hawkseye. I'm grinding through these. I got 4 more decks to make. Yet I only have like 2 combinations. I've done 2 dark decks, 2 native decks, 2 machine decks. I haven't done any A-Beast decks yet, and I have 4 characters left to use. Rise is a neutral deck, and Rio is a jank deck. Okay, I think Cranial gets to be the Tech OK A-Beast deck. And her ability is to heal, so anything that benefits from staying alive gets to go under her wing. Pen Arms, actually. It's pretty good there. He may not be Tech OK, but it really doesn't matter. She can use Poly Slimes even after the nerf. They are tasty. This is going to be a 4-2 split. What creatures did I put for the dark decks? I can go back and check. I did, for the Tech OK deck, I'm using Del Depths. Because they have a good freeze chance and have frozen death. Like, they'll automatically kill something that's already frozen. So I'm seeing if that wants to work online. I'm not 100% sure that it does. These guys can't cast Hex. It's awkward. They have a nice 4 TP they could have used. Oh, I can actually try the combo here. Yeah, let's spam Megooms and Hitooms. We'll put 2 Moreltas in there anyway. Just because... Here, we're not even going to use a... There's too many ideas going on right now. We're going to pass on some Sharks. Yeah, they are indeed the floating disc dudes. Gazande is always good. Boy, Gabarda, Gazande, and Cave Stuff. Stuff I have in this isn't even like worth saving. I'll put the A-Beast guards in anyway, but we'll see how much I really miss the TP defenses instead. Keeping Cranial alive is more the actual goal there. Yes, Cave Wind does exactly that. All the creature types have a 2-cost assist card that increases all of their damage by 2. And because I was spamming those 1-cost combo creatures, they could use the boost. Laura or Ogun get to be physical only A-Beast. Let's go, Ogun. We'll go with Pal Sharks, Ghoul Sharks, Volmers. Maybe we'll go... What has stall here? Oh, Go Volmer has stall? As much as I would like to use it, without AP Silence, I really don't want to use Go Volmer. Because this is where I was gonna chance using Oblilies and stuff. AP Silence does not work online because it would have to track like every instance, and that's just not programmed right now. Because some AP Silences last like multiple turns, and that's just currently not well feasible. Yeah, it's something that I really just have to wait and rely on Hack to do personally. It's not something I can jump into program. Let's give these guys some actions to work with. You actually have creatures you care about, so we're going to use some baby cards. Okay, so the two people left to build are Casey and Laura. So Laura is kind of another basic option. But these two are, even though they're very different like types, they're played very similarly. They both have fixed range. Casey's got rifle range. Laura has shot range. She also has aerial assassin that sometimes matters. They even have very similar stats: 4 move, 2 attack, 2 or 3 HP, and 0 or 1 TP. They're just kind of safe to hang out and do whatever. Because I no longer have any creature type coverage to like demonstrate, I think I'm gonna make a jankier deck for KC as well. And honestly, I wouldn't even be doing this, but I've already gone through the other like normal examples. So we're going to look for Snail Pace. This is an assist card that sets everyone's move to 1. I am going to use Snail Pace to allow my lilies to move. This is not a pure lily deck. This is just a deck that is going to benefit from lilies with minor death inching around. Because my story character has rifle range and he can just inch left or right and get some good shots off. It also will not negatively impact my friend Gilchich, because he already has one move. Between Gilchich and Oblily, with minor death and fixed and limited action, they can guarantee some kills. I kind of forget what else I used to use with this setup. This is getting very close to one of the other decks that I actually built. So I'm going to go to the creature section, and I'm going to see what already has low movement. Let's go movement, ascending sort. So things that can't move are Monests, Mothfists, Poison Lilies, Ob Lilies, and Middle Lilies. Middle Lilies are Major Death and Big Swing. That could be worth a 1-of. Chaosbringer Plus could be an interesting one here. Especially if current speed up actually works, which it probably doesn't. It says Carnage Speed Up works, but it also notes that packets might not be working. We'll find out, right? Now, Poison Lilies. Everything here is also tech okay, so I could be using some techs here. And because this is a slow, annoying deck, let's throw in some Poison Lilies as well. There's going to be a bunch of plants and a Chaosbringer. And Gilchiches. Yeah, there's nothing else that is going to benefit that much from Snail Pace. But this will be fine. We can I'm honestly putting a long arm in here for those times when you really need to reach. I'm going to put in a right heavy punch and an overswing. And 3 techs. We'll go Gizande, Gibarda. Rockfall would be a bad one because nothing has huge TP. Let's go Razande. More Rampage. This is like exactly the kind of deck that I was saying I didn't want to make when I was talking to Kayak earlier. But you have 12 characters to build. I can't exactly come up with an excellent example for every single one of them. And I can at least talk about some reasons why I made the decisions for everyone. So the very final deck is going to be Loris. Yeah, Ob Lilies were just scary when you first got into Ultimate, and you just never had a lot of dark resistance yet. Alright. What am I even going to do for Laura? She's got Aerial Assassin. Oh. She does have Aerial Assassin. I just thought of some jank I don't want to do. What do I want Laura to do? We've kind of gone through every creature type, grabbed a nice variety. I suppose something we haven't done is to build a deck that... Oh, Law Dominions. That's what I wanted to put in KC's deck as well. I'll go back and change that as well. I can make a deck that really benefits from Dice Fever. That'd be a plan. Dice Fever is a super common type of deck. So it's not like making something super specific. The real question is who has abilities that will trigger on 5 or lower that I would want to use. Like you can't defend the plants. You just don't like the plants. How about Hilda Blue's Freeze? 6 or higher. Oh, Elrappy has a random AP. Elrappy is also AC unable. It's just weird. This seems like a bad card. I'll use it anyway. Creatures don't really have good rolls for this stuff, do they? It's all, like 6 or higher. Where's the 5 or higher? I thought they existed. Doubt that this 3 or higher, but I've already used this man. Roll Plus can paralyze, I guess. I'm really just that thin for ideas right now. Don't worry, it doesn't even look like a plant when it's out of the field. It's shiny and clear. It's the plus version. Don't worry that it's based on a plant. It's all digital. Can't hurt you. I was really expecting more creatures to have roles that would matter. But they just kind of don't. I mean, I cannot deny that it is a murdering plant. That it is. Yeah, I guess we'll use split boost. What else rolls? I guess these action cards do. I can use the bind action card. Really grasping at straws now, though. Can't even use Megget because I'm a cast. Look, they're all in different pretty colors, all right? So I have to admit, when I came to this deck, I just kind of ran out of ideas. Not many things here even care about dice, but I don't have a better plan to finish this out. Yeah, we'll just use her fixed range and like throw out some damage, I guess. I don't know. I kind of wound up at a loss at the end there. Okay, well, I did what I set out to do, and hopefully when I talk to Kayak tomorrow, he'll have some better ideas about what these decks should turn into be. I went through everyone. I thought I came up with a decent game plan for all the hunters, and for half of the arcs characters at least. There's just so little to differentiate some of them that in my mind, like, they could just be anyone. Like, Laura's fixed range on a shot with, like, mildly low attack power doesn't mean anything to me for ideas to build a deck. It just means that she's a decent user of attack action cards, but So is Rafina, and so is Endu, and so is Rise, and so is Ogun, I guess. I don't know. So is Break. He's just a boy with stats. Anyway, now that I'm through with that, though, let's go ahead and save. And tomorrow, two things are going to happen. I'm going to get together with Kayak, and we're going to have a nice jolly time talking about... You may as well make a quality arcs deck in the end. You shooting shots at me right now? I made a few good ones in there. We're going to get together. We're going to talk about server progress. We're going to play some games. Might have him make some decks. We'll talk about the ones that I made, and he'll ask me what I was doing by the time I was making the 10th or 11th deck. And afterwards, afterwards or before, actually, depending on when I get on and when he gets on, I may play some of the SchtDev server GameCube event that is going to be happening. It's called the Ultimate Hunt. Let me give you a little preview of the paint I made for it. The Ultimate Hunt. He is combining the best drops of all the IDs from certain areas into a single quest. Like, the first one that's going to pop up tomorrow is for Forest and for Temple. I believe you have to run the Lost Heat Sword, and the particular quest is for all IDs are going to have the best drops from all IDs mashed into a single experience. So, like, Tolaws are going to drop Handgun Milla from Whittle, but they're also, like, your... What was it? Like, Hildators are also going to be dropping Frozen Shooters from some other ID. Just all rolled into a single quest. And it's going to have, like, a 10% chance to have hit drop on anything. Should be a good time. Hopefully I can run, like, 2 hours of that, and then I'll get together with Kayak, and we'll talk about Episode 3 stuff for a while, and have a good time. Look forward to that tomorrow. I will see you guys later.